What's up, guys? Welcome to episode 21 of the Metapodcast. My name is Rick. With me is Eric.
What's up, guys?
And our guest for this week is going to be TonyFlygon again. What's up?
Yo, 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 what's going on?
All right, so Tony was here, I believe, about like 6, 7 episodes ago. And a lot has changed, so let's talk about it. So Tony has been making, or has been working on Uber's database, actually released it like a week ago or something, or a couple of weeks. And you like that tier so much, so let's talk about that. Why is Uber's a game, or a metagame, whatever, people should play more often?
Well, yeah. Oh, I'm echoing somewhere. Okay, anyway, I think it's fun to use the most powerful, the coolest looking, the best looking, the awesomest moves, and when you play a game and there's always the most hard to catch, the coolest looking, you want that, and now you can use it, abuse it. And especially because in 4th gen you still had some breeders, but since that's so hard in 5th gen now, more and more people are going to the hacking, the PokeSap side, and I think it's more than just a ban list. And now more people have access to just get nice natures, nice stats, and on their Ubers, and it's just a lot of fun. I feel like it's just anything goes is so nice.
Right. Like, I agree with the fact that everything looks fucking awesome, and it's just so cool to use like all these big ass Pokemon. But I'm sure you have like a reason as well as far as like balance goes and stuff, because that's what you pay attention to as well. Like, what is balanced about Ubers that like maybe OU lacks or UU lacks or whatever.
Yeah, well, I think there is not something that's extremely overpowered compared to the rest.
Right. Well, there's normal type Arceus.
Well, normal type Arceus is not in the top 5 usage though.
Yeah,
And
why is that?
And because it has things that counter it, like the normal Giratina form, that takes like 50% from a +2 Shadow Claw.
Yeah.
Nice.
And there's stuff, and Ghost type Arceus can just Brick Break and then is immune to the other's Extreme Speed, and then Extreme Speed the other Arceus himself. There's things to stop it, and
yeah.
It has Brick Break now, just pure for Ferrothorn, who is not OHKO'd by it, and then can Thunder Wave or Gyro Ball or, I don't know. There's stuff for it, and you may think that's the most broken and overpowered thing there is. I mean, it's good, but there's other Arceus forms, and it's arguable if it's the best. I think Kyogre is better, for example.
Mm-hmm. But once again, not like hard to counter whatsoever, which is why, like you said, it's a lot more balanced than stuff like Thundurus and OU, for example.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. All right, Eric, you want to take the next question?
Sure, what do we got here? We got, what do you think about Reuniclus's excellent capabilities to wall other tanks and walls like there's no tomorrow? And do you guys think there is a slim chance of it ever being suspect? Or getting into Ubers?
There was like a lot of rumors about Reuniclus going Uber like early Gen 5, right?
I think it was like a here and there kind of thing. I personally don't think it's Uber material in the least. I mean, it's bulky. That's not, to joke around with. It does have a sturdy body, as we've gone over time.
Yeah.
To be honest, it's slow, and you can revenge it, pretty damn easily if you have something like a Choice Bander or something of the sort. I mean, if it's already set up, then you might be in trouble. I mean, it does have recover and all this other things, but it's a Psychic type. I mean, you can handle it just based on that. A slow Psychic type, easy. It's pretty easy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's probably why Trick Room is the most popular set right now, because there's Scissor, there's Tyranitar, both in the top 3 of usage, who can outspeed and one-hit KO and tank. It's
funny thing is though, like I used to run max defense all the time with Life Orb as well, just to hit hard at the same time, and that thing doesn't die. It doesn't get one-hit KO'd by anything. It's crazy. Like Choice Bandit Scissor, I think does like 80% with U-turn. So if you're close to full HP, you can recover that off, and they normally don't have more than like just Choice Band Scissor to really hit super effectively, if at all effectively. That thing is.
Yeah, well, there's Gengar, but that's not that
Gengar.
popular.
But after 2 combines, Gengar's bullshit. Like,
yeah,
it can easily set up on a lot of teams, and honestly, I think the reason people are using Trick Room and stuff like that now is because it is fairly easy to use. Max defense, max HP, Life of Reuniclus is a bitch, and I don't know. I think people are just getting tired of using it, because when that thing was, or when Gen 5 was just out, the first time I faced one, I got wrecked. I couldn't do anything.
Scary, yeah.
The thing is crazy. I definitely think it has Uber potential. The thing, I'm already looking into like how it would do in Ubers, which is dumb, obviously, because that's not what people pay attention to.
Hmm.
But it has crazy good potential in
I made a set for Ubers.
yeah, I know.
It does really good in standard.
Yeah,
I
I
guess.
think though, like ever since rain was more popular, I like stuff like rain boosted hydro pumps do crazy amounts to Reuniclus. That is like one of the few things it's really scared of.
Yeah, Thunder from Thunderous.
Exact Thunderous, yeah. I think rain becoming more popular might have something to do with it because without weather, Reuniclus is pretty ridiculous. That might just be me though. I don't know.
I don't
Yeah,
think
it
it's
is ridiculous. It
say
is ridiculous.
the weather, curving around, just trying to figure out a way to get around Reuniclus, but
Hmm.
it does make it easier to deal with, and just because of that, I don't know. I've been seeing less and less of them for some reason.
Yeah,
I don't know
too.
if it's just because how much I've been battling, but
Hmm.
I really don't see them as often,
Yeah.
which isn't necessarily a good or a bad thing. But I really can't see how it would do in Ubers. I know it does really good in standard, like you mentioned, but I don't know. I personally wouldn't want to see it go Ubers. I like using it.
I've never even seen you use it. What are you talking about?
I've used it from time to time.
Really?
I don't upload when I really use it because generally the matches that I do use it turn out to be kind of shitty because I don't know.
Because it rapes, right?
Yeah, pretty much. That's why you don't see it. It turns into a freaking slaughter.
Yeah. All right.
That makes sense. That makes sense. Yeah, it's good when
It is crazy good.
easy
Alright.
to use too.
Yeah, exactly. That's the main thing that I'm scared of. Like
Yeah.
it doesn't take a good player to use a Reuniclus right. It's
Yeah. Well, that's the problem though. There's stuff like that could work complicated, but it's so like Jellicent. You can fuck up Jellicent, but if someone
Yeah.
plays Jellicent correctly, good God,
dude, I have been using it recently and it is so good.
it's ridiculous good,
Yeah.
ridiculously good. Yeah, it's beast.
All right, we have another question kind of about Ubers. This guy asks, "What do you think about the Deoxys forms that are not banned?"
Which to review is speed and defense, right?
Speed and defense, right?
Well, with the boost Magic Mirror got, Deoxys speed is not as good anymore. It can't just be like, oh, I'm just gonna get up my stealth rocks no matter what, and that's basically what Deoxys speed did in OU back in 4th gen,
Right.
and why it got banned. I don't know. I think it's still good,
Yeah.
but there's simply, especially in this metagame we have right now, I think there's no place for a Pokemon like that in your team.
That I've been noticing that too. Like I've been trying Deoxys speed purely offensively though, like just a revenge killer, which still is really fucking good. But it's hard to fit into a team. It's always has been though, and back in Gen 4 as well. It's always
Yeah, and
hard.
you need spike support and stuff like that because it just doesn't have the power.
Well, yeah, that's true. Well,
It has
in
the
Gen 5,
coverage.
it doesn't need as much of the power to be honest, because a lot of stuff is more offensively based nowadays.
You'll pretty much just use it for revenge killing, like you've mentioned anyway. So
Yeah.
I mean, when I try to use the hazard set, it doesn't really do much, to be honest. Like in 5th gen in general, it's rare if I ever get more than just stealth rocks up in one match.
Yeah.
Just using that. There are definitely other things that are better with setting up hazards, and Deoxys doesn't really do that job. But it does have a great move pool. It'll hit hard enough to the point where it's not going to be getting any OCOs, but if you need to pick something off, more notably some of the choice scarfers like the base 100s and stuff like that, it'll outspeed easy.
Yeah, I
And-
think exactly that reason. It outspeeds Scarf Jump with a speed enhancing nature, and it has the Ice Beam, so I think that's the reason why people did like it in the beginning. With Guard Jump still around, as soon as it went for Outrage, it was dead.
Yeah.
So you just bring that in and then you're good to go. But yeah, it's got a nice move pool. It just is not going to be sweeping unless you know.
It's a good revenge killer, and something is not going to go Uber just because it's good at revenge killing. That's simple as that.
And-
Deoxys defense never
Outclassed.
was more than UU material in my eyes, even in Gen 4. The thing is not great.
It's yeah, well, especially with Reuniclus having Magic Guard, which is the only reason it's good, to be honest.
It's one of the main reasons, yeah.
Oh, come on. It would not be a threat if it didn't have Magic Guard. At all.
You wouldn't be
obviously.
You wouldn't be running the Life Orb set. Well, you could,
Yeah.
but it wouldn't be as, automatically easy.
Mm-hmm.
But it helps that it doesn't take damage from statuses. It doesn't mind being paralyzed because it's slow as dirt anyway.
No Sandstorm, no hazards. It's too good.
No Leech
No
Seed.
Toxic Burn. No Leech Seed, yeah, that's a notable one, especially when you're facing off against Ferrothorn and such.
Yeah, but back to Deoxys defense. So
Right.
it sets up hazards. It T-waves sometimes, and
it's sturdy and it has recovery. It's a great poke, but not
it's a good
enough.
poke. It's fast as well, which is what I like about it.
Yeah, that's true.
I use it with screens. It's pretty good.
It's a good poke. It's a good poke, but
Psychic is just not a great defensive typing, though. First of all,
and its HP stat is so
low. Yeah. It's just not good enough. Never was.
If it was a little higher, I wouldn't mind it, but you still can't really deny that it's fun to come in on something that it resists, which is other psychic moves, fighting moves, pretty much anything that isn't super effective. It depending on what you've evaded in, it'll take it pretty nicely because Deoxys defense.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
it's paper thin defenses of its other forms, but what tier is it now? Is it
UU?
UU? It does good there. It really does.
It does fine, yeah.
I don't use it often, but that's not to say it's not bad. So.
Yeah, well, I can only see the main reason for people to use it is spikes, but with Ferrothorn and Skarmory just outclassing it, and Fortress 2 having rapid spin, it's just there's no place for Deoxys defense in OU.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, other things do the job way better. So.
And it works fine in UU, so I like it there. And I think it's pretty obvious why Deoxys Attack and Normal are not allowed in OU.
God, yeah, those things hit really hard. Didn't you use a normal form on me the other day just for shits?
Yeah.
That was weird.
Like it looks. I've never even seen one of those on Wi-Fi before. Like, I don't know.
There's not really much of a benefit to using it, is there? I mean, it pretty much still has paper-thin defenses, if I'm not mistaken.
It doesn't have a benefit. Well, no, it's slightly more defensive, but it doesn't have a benefit over attack. That's the thing. Like, attack outclasses it, but it's still too good for OU because it's still really powerful and really fast.
But did you use the Deoxys in Ubers or in OU?
You can't use
it. You played
it in
Ubers, I think.
Well, its main purpose in Ubers is pretty much the only thing it can do. It defeats elite Deoxys speed and attack.
Yeah.
Because if you invest in defense, it's not to it KO'd by Deoxys extreme speed, and you can go for Shadow Ball and extreme speed and kill that, because it has that little extra bulk, but still crazy high offense.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just very fast with spikes, stealth rocks, and which it all gets.
Yeah.
It's kind of the middle way between speed and attack in the lead spot, but without the lead spot, the other two are definitely better.
That's kind of sad that one of its forms is really, really good for countering the other two of its forms in a circumstantial situation. It's
kind of funny, if anything, yeah.
Yeah. Because normal sucks. I've only seen it once. Well,
dude,
it's not necessarily that it sucks. I mean,
they should put it in OU just to explain to you how it doesn't suck at all.
Oh, fuck that.
That thing is ridiculous if
Good game.
you use it in something like OU. That thing is fast as hell, super offensively.
Yeah.
Compared to speed, of course.
Compared to the uses of the other two. I don't know, it just has this weird bastardization of the two that doesn't really give it a unique purpose other than the one that Tony just described.
It has no purpose in OU. I mean, in Ubers, it's just too good for OU. That's all it is.
Yeah.
Well, it has base 150 speed, attack, and special attack, so I think that's enough reason to say fuck you, OU. That's not going to happen.
All right,
at all.
Eric, go. Next question.
Let me see what's going on. What are your thoughts on air balloon? I don't get why they call it air balloon. First off, like what else? What else are you gonna fill a fucking balloon with? Water? Peanut butter?
Exactly.
Obviously,
you corrected yourself instantly. Water, right there.
Okay, well, that's still a stupid thing to have. Like,
water balloon with fling? I could see that work.
Yeah.
That'd be weird. Like, if something were to attack it and pop it, it would deal water damage, like, right back. That's
hilarious.
Yeah.
No, okay, but air balloon. first of all, I was really skeptical about the whole thing because you'll never see me use something like White Herb, for example. Like, it works once, and then you have a Pokemon without an item. Balloon, though, like, for lead spot, for stuff like Heatran, it's great. I
Or
love
late
it.
game with Excadrill, it's good too.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. It's a one-time thing. It just allows you to set up on stuff that you would normally not be able to set up on, at least for one turn.
Avoid
Yeah.
spikes.
Exactly. It's great. I love it. You just have to play around with it well in order to make it work.
I've never used an air balloon poke, so I wouldn't know, but I've seen people use it effectively. So
Yeah.
I can't really say it's a bad item given that.
It's a great item.
It's a great item. Yeah. It's just preference.
The only things I really see it on are Heatran, Excadrill. That's about it.
Yeah, I've seen it on Ninetales before, just so you can like at least do something first turn against like stuff like Gliscor. And well, Ninetales would do stuff against Gliscor anyway, but whatever. Like for example, Heatran lead against Gliscor lead can now just go for Rock safely without having to fear that he doesn't switch fearing the Fire Blast, for example.
Yeah, he's got to go for an Ice Fang first to break it or whatever, depending on the set. But
yeah, exactly.
Which he's not going to do. He's going to switch out, which is
also gives Excadrill a chance against Gliscor.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
At least for one turn. Once again.
Yeah, Terrakion too works great with Air Balloon as well.
Oh, I've seen that. That. That works out pretty good.
Yeah.
All
right. If Excadrill did not have Sand Rush, do you think it would still be OU?
Yes.
Yeah. But bottom.
Okay.
Look at it. Look at its stats. It's still too good for.
I really like its speed stat. I wish like people would use it without Sand Rush, which they're not going to, obviously. But like, its speed stat is fucking awesome. I've never seen a speed stat like that, and it's super crazy.
Isn't it kind of a unique number? Thinking about it.
Yeah. It's like what is it? 88, I think.
That's. I think so. It's like 80. It's between 85 and 90.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of stuff that falls on either 85 or 90. I can't think of anything else that lands immediately on anything weird like that.
Yeah, it's 88.
I think I have a mold breaker one sitting in my box, just a jolly one, and I could, when that comes out, I think that's Dreamworld, but I wouldn't mind using that, outside of Sand. That seems like a lot of fun. And the attack, just you remember the attacks that,
It's crazy.
That's not, even with the speed cut in half outside of Sand, it's not terribly slow. You can still get away with stuff.
Yeah. I remember when you had Heracross in 4th gen, which is not that fast either, and very weak, even more weak to priority than Excadrill is. I mean, the Bullet Punch from Scizor was just devastating.
Mm-hmm.
And that went to UU for a bit, but it went immediately back to borderline.
That thing was good. Holy shit.
And I think that's the effect with Excadrill too, even though it's not really comparable move pool wise, because the dual stab of Heracross is phenomenal, we all know that, but its attack is ridiculously high, and it has this stab earthquake, and god, it's really good. I think it would not be UU.
Keep in mind it's also immune to 2 statuses as well. So.
Yep, exactly. I'd see it be borderline if there were not Sand Rush. Or bottom OU.
Bottom OU I can definitely agree with.
Mm-hmm.
But not where it is now, definitely
I think it would still be in use. It would drop dramatically, to say the least.
It would be nowhere close to top 5 or top 10 even. There's no reason to.
Like 40, maybe. Maybe not even that.
Mm-hmm.
Still in OU, though.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me see. This question says, how do you assemble your teams? Are they successful right after you made them, or do you end up changing them like crazy? You guys want to take this?
Tony.
I test a lot. When I make something, I don't make a team and then just battle someone and like, look, I have a new team. I test first, mainly on Pokemon Online. It's easy to test stuff out. Mm-hmm. And I tweak my teams. I do tend to keep the same members, but tweak some EVs, tweak some moves. But I don't make drastic changes that often.
I don't test, really. At least not really. Like, not more than 1 or 2 matches on the Wi-Fi, because I don't really feel like there's a reason to. First of all, I don't even make teams that often, so, like, there's not really... I can't really speak from much experience, but, like, when I make a team, I make sure it has good type coverage, first of all. So I'll never go on, in a battle and be like, holy shit, I have 5 Pokemon weak to fire. That doesn't happen.
Yeah.
So it never goes, like, dramatically wrong. I'll be like, holy shit, this team gets wrecked by Scissor at some point maybe. Well, not Scissor, because Scissor I would prepare for, but as an example. That's it though. Like I'll tweak, just like Tony said. I'll make like or I'll put like a different move, or maybe a scarf on this instead of a life orb, stuff like that. Nothing huge though, not really.
Yeah, what I do is I have like when I build a team, I have like a notepad open. Then I have two lists, both with the Pokemon, one with the moves, item, ability, and whether or not it's a physical or special attacker. And I want to keep that balance too.
Mm-hmm.
And I have below that the same list of pokes, but then with the weaknesses behind it. And after the weakness, I put one of the other teammates that resists it. So every weakness should have some names behind it. Definitely 2 minimum, unless that works. And then I go to the usage list of that tier, and then I think, can I handle that? Can I handle that? Can I handle that? And what do I have to change to work around that? It's kind of how I do it.
You're
So you're way more strategic about this.
Yeah, I'm not as technical. I don't take it as seriously. I'll do most of that in my head, like think like this many physical attackers, this many special attackers. Go through every type. I don't actually look at types. I just do it in my head. And I normally, like I said, don't really fuck up dramatically, but yeah, I don't do it that often to the point where I take it super serious and go all nerdy like you do.
No, that depends though. When I make like a team I want to win with for a tournament or stuff like that, I do that.
I feel like you do that more often than I do though, which is why.
Yeah, you don't make teams at all.
I barely ever do. Yeah, well, yeah. It's to the point where you can like either call something a team or not. Like it depends on what your opinion on a team is. Like the Sun team I've been using in a couple battles, not a team, but it works.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, for mine, I guess, since I do take a lot of my battles on stream, I kind of just look in my boxes. The number one rule I always follow by is I don't want to have too many more special attackers and physical attackers. I try to keep it 3 and 3. Rarely I'll go, 4 and 2, stuff like that. I had a nasty experience once a couple months ago where I accidentally brought 5 spec attackers and my opponent brought a Blissey, so you can tell how that went. Shit like that I don't want to happen again, so I keep that in mind immediately. Then I go for typing. I won't really keep in mind any threats I need to look out for, which is usually 8 out of 10 times why I end up losing, because I'll scout my synergy, and then I'll scout my physical attackers and then special attackers, and then I'll be like, oh man, shit's all over this, whatever, back to the drawing board. So
okay, wait, so you said you look at physical and special attackers first and then you look at type coverage?
Yeah,
that's weird.
Well, I'll have like 3 of one, and then I'll fill in the gap for like the types that go there with special attackers, usually whatever I have. I usually have like 1 of each that I want to use in mind, then I'll just build around that. Mm-hmm. And then once I have those 6, I'll try to go by the 3 and 3 rule first, and then I'll go based on typing. I have enough pokes to the point where I can cover that to an extent, but for a slap together team, it's not going to be anything perfect. But I have sat down with a couple of teams, like the one with Murkrow. I had a lot of thinking going to that one as well. Also, the one with, I want to say Volcarona and Haxorus, had quite a bit of time go into thinking of that one as well. I'm thinking it's probably time I should make another team like that where I actually take the time and sit down and, go through that whole the formal team building process. So.
Yeah, so do I. I don't have that much teams either, or that many teams. I do mostly just database. And not just my own database. When I do OU, I grab some of Chase's database and stuff like that. Especially on stream. I have like a stream team thing. I grab 5 offensive guys in a Skarmory. That's how I stream. And then just go.
Yeah. Yeah, streaming is completely different though. Like when you stream, like you can't like take every battle as serious as the
I know. It depends who you're battling, though.
It does. It does depend on who you're battling. Like I barely ever battle like people I really know on stream. At least not for like serious business, because
you'll get mad really quick depending.
Depending
on
I get so mad, it's not even funny.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, you're always there. You're like, Rick, stop getting mad, and I'm like, no, that should not have critted me on the first turn. Fuck. But yeah. I don't make that in my teams, though. Like
that much more dramatic, and if you don't make casual teams, especially on the streaming standpoint, then it's really easy to just burn out and lose the desire to just keep playing the rest of the...
Yeah.
Because you're expected to keep going for a certain amount of time. So if you're not being casual with it, or, you're not using a team that you're secure with and, you want to feel secure with it, and then it turns out, not to be secure, then it's a big letdown and, it just kind of ruins your mood. So that's probably why I play more casual than anything else, because it's like, I slapped this together if it worked out. Great, it's an unorthodox combination. Then if it didn't work out, hey, there's 643 other Pokemon I can work with, so that's okay.
Right.
Yeah, I see your point.
All right.
You want to take the next one?
Let's see. I'm going to skip that one. What status move do you think is the most useful in the competitive metagame?
Toxic. Well,
I'm probably going to say Paralysis, to be honest.
I'm going to say it depends on what kind of team you're facing.
Yep.
Because if you are facing an offensive team that's based on just hitting and running, Toxic, whatever. If you're facing a stall team and you have Paralysis, doesn't matter.
That's true.
That's basically all it is, really. Like, it depends on what kind of team you're facing. And
what do you think is the most used status now?
Oh, Toxic, obviously.
Yeah.
I'm not sure though. There's Will-O-Wisp with
not used
on
as
all
much,
the
though.
Rotoms.
There's Toxic on every team. There's not Will-O-Wisp on every team.
I can agree
don't know.
with Toxic to an extent.
Okay,
I guess it really depends.
I'm
really
not
depends on
sure,
where you're
to be
playing.
honest. This gen, the OU as it is now, I don't know.
I don't see Paralysis that often, but I'm going to say that it is crazy useful, with how hyper-offensive things can get, things setting up speed and stuff. Having a paralyzed Volcarona versus a toxic Volcarona, a little bit easier to handle. I'm thinking in terms of like choice scarfers and stuff like that. When it comes down to, speed issues and being able to manage something a lot easier versus, trying to run it dry with, with stalling it out. I got to say that Paralysis is probably going to be the quicker option. You might have to fodder something out, but
that really depends, though.
Huh?
It really depends. But because if you don't have something to hit a Volcarona after +3 special defense, that happens often enough. On the other hand, you might have something to take hits from it, but if it's paralyzed, you can't stall it out of. It doesn't have consistent damage on it. If it's Toxic, though, and you have something to take hits from it, then you can easily stall that out. But you might not have something to actually do damage to it, like right away. Which it all depends. It's all team.
I get you. It's pretty circumstantial.
Yeah. Well, what I do want to give a special mention is Scald, because I think that's the most status-inducing, purposely chosen move out there at the moment, and it burns a lot.
That's true. The thing, though, is like stuff that can paralyze and burn is not used. I mean, paralyze and toxic or poison, whatever, is not used as much. Second of all, first of all, wow, okay, I'm saying a lot of first. But like, if you poison something with a poison move, first of all, that's poison, not toxic. Second of all, like, poison is not a great offensive typing. Like, you don't see a lot of poison moves on a team usually, at least not in standard. Which is why that doesn't happen really, and moves that can paralyze.
Yeah, the thing with paralyzing it, Body Slam is there, but like Discharge, which is pretty much Scald for electric types.
All right, that's true.
There are pretty much no good electric types defensively used. Yeah, well, there's Zapdos to an extent. There's Rotom Wash, but that does not really use Discharge.
Yeah.
And there's Magnezone, but that's used offensively to kill those steel types.
Magnezone, that's weird. Yeah, Scald is a good one though. I didn't even think about that.
If you want to put it that way, then burn. You do see burn a lot more often than the other.
That's really the only reason though. If there was like a move that wasn't a poison type move that would poison, fuck yes.
Like a Toxic Water or something like that. I don't know.
Twin Needle.
Wow.
That poisons.
Shut
and
up.
It's a bug type, just saying.
Okay.
I used to do that.
Fine, I'll start running Weedle. Or, I mean, what the hell gets that
Beedrill
more often?
Is that the only thing that gets it?
I'm pretty.
Not this gen. I think this gen, that's disappointing though. I think a lot of signature moves aren't signature moves anymore. I can look that up.
It's fine.
You do the next question.
Yeah, Eric, go.
Let me see. The last one's actually going to be kind of fairly obvious, but so I'm going to take the one before it, which is how would you feel about Blaziken being allowed in Standard?
Yeah, we've talked about that before, and it's pretty obvious that it's a stupid complex, or it's not a complex ban. That's the thing. It should be a complex ban, though.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think we can all agree on Blaziken being OU, but what about UU?
No, Blaziken's not OU.
Well, no, let's say we can all agree that if Blaze were to be allowed, it could be viable in OU.
Yeah, but it wouldn't be OU. No way. It's way
Why
too
not?
slow.
Exact same reasons.
What about UU? It gets high jump kick now, remember? Even if it doesn't have speed boost.
It does, but its speed is still the same as the last gen, and, given the
It is really slow. It is really not fast enough to function in an OU game.
I don't know. Physical choice scarf is much better now, I'm just saying.
It's not good to the point where it's... No.
I don't know. I'd see that do too much
hard,
work in UU. I can see that happen. That UU
it gets crazy outclassed by Ape, and Ape is barely OU right now.
Yeah, but Ape is not in UU, and UU could be too much for it, and then he'd go to BL or bottom OU.
It's still not fast. It's even slow in UU right now. UU is crazy fast.
Okay, well fine, then disagree. I'm just saying.
Okay, give me...
It has flare blitz, it has high jump kick, it has 120 attack, and with a choice scarf it's pretty damn fast. Right. I'm just saying, it's really good now with a choice scarf.
You want to move something up a tier just because with a choice scarf it's good?
Well, it's not just choice scarf, it's just the wall breaking potentials have been a lot better.
It doesn't wall break in UU, it doesn't.
Why not?
Because Shaman outspeeds it, Zapdos outspeeds it.
Not the wall Shaman and not the wall Zapdos, and it kills Chansey.
Dude, wall breaking Blaziken does not run a speed boosting nature because it's not powerful enough anymore.
Yeah, okay, I see your point, but you could do you don't need speed investment and just go for overheat to kill Donphan, for example.
Okay, I don't know. But you're not going to outspeed Shaman. You're not going to outspeed. There's so many walls in UU right now that are just too fast. There's Mew, first of all. Mew
is BL.
Wait, what? No, it's not.
Oh, I think it is.
No.
Oh, alright.
You got like 36%.
Okay, sorry. I'm just saying, I can see it be too good for...
I can't. I think Ape has potential to be UU, to be honest. It would be good, but it wouldn't be too good. I think Ape could go into UU.
What? Are you high?
Why? What's wrong with Ape in UU?
That's funny.
Okay, talk to me.
Okay, let's see. Let's go to the UU usage stats. There's Donphan, that gets O-code. Okay, Hitmontop can stop it decently.
Decently, yeah.
Chansey gets wrecked, Heracross gets wrecked.
Chansey doesn't get wrecked.
Stab, close combat, super effective. I'll run calcs. Fine.
Okay, let's talk. Fine. Oh, we're talking an Ape that can one-hit KO with Donphan here. That thing does not have much invested in attack. Chansey can wreck it. Maybe Chansey has to start running T-Wave if Ape becomes UU, but yeah, that thing...
Ape UU is ridiculous, come on.
No, it's not. It's really not.
Eric, what do you think? Help me out.
I thought the question was whether or not we felt fine with Blaziken being allowed in Standard.
Let's continue on with this. This is fun.
Okay, Ape in UU?
Yeah.
I'm trying to think about what's in Standard and what's in UU. Honestly, since UU kind of looks like a 4th gen OU, I could see it performing okay in there. Possibly pretty good, but that's not to say that I would want it there. I don't know. It wouldn't be bad there. I just don't want to see it there. Kind of like with Heracross last gen. So I don't know if I'm making any sense, but I guess that's my
sense. Yeah. But Ape in UU is Rick.
I don't see why not. Milotic, Kingdra, Nidoqueen. Let's go. I think it has no chance. Well, it has okay, that's wrong. It has a chance. Easily has a chance. It's good, but it's not It's not OU. Come on. Have you even faced ape in OU lately? That thing does nothing.
I haven't because of Latios.
That's
Latios
bullshit.
kind of stops
It doesn't do nothing.
It doesn't
Alright.
do much either.
You seen that thing in Sun Teams? It's crazy. Shofu used one. Pretty good.
There's no Sun Teams in UU.
No, but in OU there is.
Suicune. Let's go. Victini. Why not? Come on, these are all solid ape counters. Deoxys defense, for fuck's sake. Come on. What's wrong with you?
Alright, no, I'll go to calking. Let's close combat.
Dude, this is taking. Okay, we'll continue.
I'll calc. You do a next question.
No, we're gonna continue this off podcast because this is taking too long. Maybe we'll make like a.
Fine. I'll be ready.
We'll make like an Infernape discussion video or something. Okay. Anyway,
again.
Let's switch from this heated metagame discussion topic to just kind of laid back, weird ass fucking questions. Eric, you go.
In what sequence do you put your clothes on after you shower?
That's easy, dude. Is that just me though?
Well, you go first then.
Okay, I'll go first. So you put on your bottom clothes first of all. Obviously, like, what if there's like, okay, let's say, what you're afraid of when you get dressed is someone walking in on you or something, right? Like,
yeah.
And the first thing you want to cover up is your bottom area. So you get dressed there first so that even if someone walks in, it's fine.
Yeah, undergarments go first.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll spend like a half an hour in a towel for no reason whatsoever, but...
Yes. True.
To an hour, depending. But...
Probably longer.
I've been there for like 3 hours. It's been like noon. Be like, holy shit, I got.
Yeah.
But if I do need to get dressed, I'll go bottom first. If you put on a shirt first before your underwear, you're kind of weird.
That is weird.
That's like putting milk before cereal.
Tony, are you weird?
I'm not weird. No, well, maybe I am, but not like that.
Okay. Good answer. Good answer.
So yeah, it just goes undergarments, then pants/shorts, whatever you're going to be wearing that day, then shirt.
Yeah.
Then, optional things after that.
Sunglasses.
Hat. If it's cold outside, a jacket.
Yeah. Anyway, all right, I'll look something else up. All right, you have to fight a real ninja, and your options are either using whatever weapon you want, but blindfolded, or fighting unarmed.
Unarmed.
Against a ninja?
Yeah, you need, because that the ninja's gonna have the speed. So what sense does it have to have a weapon that you don't know how to aim at something that fast? Nonetheless, I mean, unarmed is still gonna be pretty nasty.
Isn't like a shield a weapon, kinda?
Yeah, it is, but I mean that's not to say that you wouldn't go
board
behind the shield.
I'd use like a shield or something. I don't think that honestly, you don't have a chance against a real ninja. You really don't. So.
Well, if you use a bomb, it's even. You both die.
Yeah, just go suicide bomber. That works.
You're gonna lose anyway. No prize for ninja.
It doesn't say that you're gonna fight till death, though. Maybe it's just like a friendly sparring situation.
Yeah, arm wrestling.
Say like you're.
You don't know.
Say like you're in like a fixed arena or something.
Maybe it's
like
a Pokemon battle.
You can't find.
Drop that FC.
You cannot arm wrestle unarmed because you need your arms. So
that's smart.
No, I think you have no chance though. So you might as well be blind with a weapon instead of not having a chance while being able to see how you get wrecked by a ninja.
If it's not to the death, I'd rather say unarmed just so I could walk away from that with a cool story. Like if it's like a ring out situation where he has to knock you out of the ring.
But then you got hit by a ninja though. If you were blindfolded, you can be like, well, I was blindfolded. I had no chance or I still did pretty good for being blindfolded,
You try without your eyes. Damn.
Yeah, exactly. I would probably suck dick, but wait, whoa, what? I'd be bad at it, obviously. I don't want to. Like, if you fight unarmed, it looks like you have a chance, but you really don't. So you're gonna look bad. That's what I think. And when you're and you lose, obviously you lose. You're blindfolded. What the fuck?
I still wouldn't be overcompensating with a blindfold, and then I don't know. I'd rather just go into it with just my own natural skill.
All right. If you were blindfolded, though, Rick, what kind of weapon?
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I just have like a sword and just spin like 360s, something
Or
like
just
that.
a minigun and do 360s.
That works. That works. Something of the sort. Yeah.
I was definitely thinking 360s already. That's the first thing that came in mind.
Great minds think alike. That's great.
That's the only way you can win, though.
I know, right? Or at least have a
All,
chance. I mean, they're crazy fast. They'll probably just.
all you need to have really sensitive ears, and like hear and feel the vibrations where someone's
Dude,
Be
going.
like
they're
Daredevil,
way too
yeah.
fast for that. You'll be going crazy on how fast the vibrations are. It's
Like
impossible.
like the blind girl in the Avatar.
Avatar.
Or am I saying something weird now?
I don't watch Avatar. I haven't.
I don't watch Avatar, but I know what you're talking about.
Hey, there was this blind girl in what was that movie? God damn. Was that Scott? No, I don't know. There was some movie
I
with
don't
this
know.
blind girl with Nicolas Cage, and she was like blind or something, and she wasn't blind. She turned down the lights, and then she just killed everyone.
I'll
Without
Google
being
blind girl Nicolas Cage.
Who knows this movie?
I don't know this movie.
You don't?
Nicolas Cage and a
Valley
blind...
Girl.
Oh god damn it!
Was it recent?
Yes, it was like I don't know, superheroes or something. I don't
Oh,
know.
Kick-Ass? Was it
Yes,
Kick-Ass?
yes, exactly.
I was
Wasn't Nicolas
thinking
Cage,
that,
right?
but I don't know.
I didn't see that yet.
She wasn't actually blind though. She just dimmed the lights and then killed everyone without looking or something. I don't remember.
You think she could take on a ninja though?
She was a ninja, dude. She was crazy.
Okay, well, do you think she could take on another ninja?
Of course.
Okay.
It's like a little ninja girl. She you know how hard it is to hit her? She's crazy fast and small and tiny.
Dude, she'd be fighting unarmed and blindfolded.
So?
She'd show us all up.
Yeah. Oh, did you see the movie?
Yeah, I did, of course.
Right.
She was freaking dope.
Crazy. Anyway, next question. Go.
Let me see. Yeah, why not? What cartoons did you watch growing up?
Tony
I don't
and
know
I
if it's
should
gonna-
be able to relate here because we're both Dutch and stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know how big the culture gaps are going to be here, so why don't you guys go first and see if you can,
I didn't watch too much, honestly. Like my mom
I
really.
neither did I.
My mom wouldn't let me watch much TV at all.
Well, we had like school divided in two parts.
Right.
You could
I
get to
never
go
had
home,
that. Yeah, I know.
and during that there was always Rocket Power on Nickelodeon.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Rocket Power's the shit.
yeah.
Man, I've probably seen all episodes like 3 times already. That was just standard routine. Go home, watch Rocket Power, eat something, go back.
hmm
That was me, and I'm pretty sure people listening to the podcast right now on Sunday are going to be familiar with this routine. It happened back when Toonami was still a thing on Cartoon Network. But you'd go home, put down all your shit, and depending on what time you got home, you'd sit there for the Dragon Ball Power Hour, where it was Dragon Ball at 5 and Dragon Ball Z at 5:30, and you would not do anything. You could not be fucked to do anything else during that hour. But that became like a ritual of mine. Toonami was on for 2 hours, 5 to 7, couldn't bother me with anything. It was Dragon Ball, Dragon Ball Z. There was a rotation that I think I had Rurouni Kenshin and Yu Yu Hakusho in it as well. I was really big on anime back in the day. Saturday morning cartoons were full of anime. I used to watch Yu-Gi-Oh for some time before it went to the GX series. That was pretty good. I also played
Yu-Gi-Oh
the
was
card
lame.
game.
I hated that show.
I like it better than the new Pokemon series, to be
I haven't
honest.
watched the new Pokemon.
Yeah, for
Um,
good reason.
The thing for me though was like my friends would watch Dragon Ball and stuff like Pokemon as well, and I liked Pokemon a lot. Like Pokemon was basically my favorite thing, but I wasn't really allowed to watch it too much because my little sisters, it was too violent for them apparently. Like they didn't actually think it was violent, but my mom did, so I wasn't allowed to watch any of that at all. So I barely got to see any Dragon Ball, even though I really wanted to, just because my friends did, and they talked about it at school, and I'd be like, yeah, that was cool when that happened, but I never actually saw it though.
Yeah, that's how I was. I remember some kids talking in 4th grade about the Trunks saga or whatever, and I was like, oh, dude, I wish I could watch Dragon Ball Z. And then it came back on. They put another rotation of it on, and I was like, this is the coolest thing ever. Oh my god. I wasn't allowed to watch Simpsons or South Park until I was like 17 either.
I
like
love
17.
Not 17. That's probably shooting a little high. But my mom was really not okay with it for the longest time. I think I finally started watching South Park when I was like 16, and then
The cool thing about Simpsons is though, like as a kid you can watch it and not think like anything crazy is going on, but when you're older it's like, oh shit, this is deep. Like you understand so many things I wouldn't understand as a kid because I would watch that because my parents would watch it sometimes, and I had
they're very subtle with that kind of thing.
I guess for me it was also because I couldn't understand English.
Yeah, you need to keep that in mind. Exactly.
Yeah,
It's not our first
but
language.
for the most part, still kids can watch that and not be like, holy shit, this is dirty or something. Well, it really is at times. Which is pretty funny. I like that.
There was a show on Nickelodeon called Rocko's Modern Life.
Yeah, I've seen that.
That had a lot of references. You would be surprised. And then there was one in the Rugrats I read recently, too, where Grandpa gets back and he's like, I just finished playing Russian roulette with the guys. And then Stu's like, well, did you win? And then Grandpa's like, you really don't know what Russian roulette is. And I didn't get that until I saw it, like, pretty recently. Oh! That's funny. That's morbid. That's dark. Why is it on a children's show? They knew we could get it. That's the funny part. They're targeting audiences with it. But I guess that's a taste of some of them. I grew up with cartoons and stuff like that. So basically the stuff you guys have grown up with, you viewers in the United States have probably seen at least once or twice, have enjoyed it thoroughly as well.
Right.
Well, I don't know if this is the same for you, Rick, but I did not have Cartoon Network. Still don't.
No, not anymore. It was there when I'm older than you, so like for a couple, I want to say like a year and a half as a kid, I knew it existed, but once again, I didn't watch much TV at all. Like sometimes at mornings, I'd wake up my parents and be like, I want to watch TV, and they were just tired, so they gave in. But that's like the only times that I would really watch anything at all.
What happened to Cartoon Network? You said that they don't offer it anymore?
It disappeared. I don't know why. Or I think you need like a special kind of like cable or something in order to still be able to watch it.
Maybe they put it on like the premium channels or something like
that?
Yeah,
something of the sort.
Oh, well, that's unfortunate.
I like Dexter as a kid, too.
Oh.
Dexter's Lab was great.
Yeah.
Dexter was awesome.
Anyway, we've been going on about this for a while.
So much nostalgia.
All right, I want to ask this question just because I don't understand this word he mentions. So he says, what type of apocalyptic world would you live in? Zombies, demons, or a desolate wasteland?
Basically, post hope for society kind of thing. It references, the apocalypse, like the end of the world. So, like, what type of scenario would you like to be happening and you think would be interesting to live in? Like a zombie outbreak, or like demons break out of hell or something like that? Or just like a nuclear wasteland like Fallout 3? Or, maybe just like a regular wasteland like I Am Legend or something like that. I don't know. I'd have to think about that. I think zombies would be interesting for a while.
I think zombies would be cool. I could see surviving for quite a while, actually.
You have to be really careful with it, but it'd be really interesting.
Demons is scary as hell. I don't want to mess around with demons at all.
Fuck no. I've seen way too much Yu Hacker Show to know that demon outbreaks are a bad idea.
Yeah.
So
zombies aren't that fast, right?
No, they're slow as hell.
That works.
Well, that's how movies play them out to be. Some movies,
Yeah, sometimes they fucking run like shit. That's scary. Oh,
that really depends on how the director wants to take it. I think that they would be moving pretty slow, though.
Yeah, that should be.
Generally have it pretty accurate.
I think that would be really fun to be like stuck in a house and just fight off zombies and Bond and stuff. Like I Am Legend though.
Bond.
Yeah, Bond.
Really?
That's fun though. Like
that's fun.
I Am Legend, for example, like that looks really fun for a while. Like when he was playing like golf off of like a cruise ship or something, that looked like super fun. But I think after like a couple months or even a couple weeks, that's.
I don't know about your fun, but okay.
Come on, dude. He was. Have you not seen I Am Legend?
Yeah, of course.
That he had so much fun during the day. He was just like walking over cars and I don't know.
It'd be interesting if this does end up happening though, and I'm golfing off a cruise ship and I'm not having fun. I'm gonna call you. if you're still alive.
Dude, that would be so...
Exactly.
I would
That's my main weakness. I cannot entertain myself alone. I need people around me, otherwise I get bored real fast.
I can manage alone for a while, but I get bored eventually, and then I ask for attention. Then I have attention, and then I get bored of attention, so I want to be alone again.
That would probably really depend on what area of town you're looking to be surviving in. Like,
it's always gonna get boring though. Like you cannot.
It's just a matter of how quick it is. Like I'm more or less like you drive like 15 minutes out of your way, you're like fucking in the middle of nowhere practically. So I'm kind of more or less on the outskirts of this town. If the outbreak was like right in the middle of town, I'd probably go towards it just to have something to do. Because I know if I'm out there in the middle of nowhere and then they ambush me in the middle of the desert, I'm fucking hosed. I'd rather go somewhere where there's supplies, where there's actions, to get myself situated.
Yeah.
And to keep myself busier than I am right now. So.
Still, I Am Legend. I thought that was a really fun movie. Like how he would just break into houses, fucking just look through people's stuff. I could do that for weeks. I'm pretty sure.
That'd be fun. Yeah.
I think he impersonated Shrek too.
He did.
Or is that a different?
Oh yeah,
movie?
yeah, that's that one.
Yeah.
But that's when he found people though.
Yeah, exactly. Like a mom and her kid.
Yeah, if that's
he had like this
possibility,
message, right? At every day at 12 at noon, I'll be on the pier.
Yeah,
stuff like that. And then he wasn't there, and then they showed up.
Dude, I really want to see that movie again now. The movie was fun.
I kind of want to go into this next question since we all kind of agreed on the zombie outbreak thing. I was reading it. Okay, so hypothetical zombie outbreak, blah, blah, blah. You're in a group of survivors, and your best friend / girlfriend / some other person that you really, really care about has been bitten. What would you do in that scenario?
That's really complicated. It depends on like if you're with more people. Like if you're with a lot of friends and one friend gets bitten, then there's a higher chance of me leaving you than if we're just the two of us. Because if like that's like half of you dead basically.
It's easier to put your emotions on the back burner when you're with a group.
Yeah.
But if it's in like a little intimate setting with like 4 or 5 people, and then you lose like fucking, I don't know, your best friend, and he's with you, and he gets bitten, then you'd probably have to stop, pull like a Shaun of the Dead moment where you leave him behind in the basement when you're right up to the surface, and he's like, "Yay!" But I love that movie. I love that movie so much. I gotta watch that eventually. But that'd be rough. I would ask them what they want me to do. If they would rather, I leave them behind or me kill them on the spot. I
don't think if it's just the two of us, I would not go on alone. That's for sure. I would not do that. I'd maybe like have him bite me like on purpose or something, but I'm not gonna go on alone in a fucking zombie apocalypse. That doesn't.
Yeah, that's true though. If you're like with just the two of you, what hurt does it do to be a zombie yourself?
Exactly, because you're gonna.
If you're gonna be alone anyway, fuck that.
Yeah.
I'd be like, please bite me too.
Yeah.
But with a group, I would be like, no, fuck that.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna risk that.
Probably.
That's suicide.
Still depends on who it is, though. Like, if it's really your best friend and the rest of the group is not even, like, really close to you or anything, then, yeah.
No, still then. It's just, you have chances with the group.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
and
you
could get chummy with them down the road. I mean, that's not to say you can't make more best friends. It'll hurt for a while.
I guess. It really depends on the situation. I can't really say.
Shit, what was I was going to say something. Fuck, I forgot. I think what I was going to say is if that happened, I would say, oh, you have 2 options. I can either tie you to something and we can leave without you, or I can shoot you right now on the spot. I would
kill them if I would leave.
Put them out of their misery.
Yeah, definitely.
But if you don't have a gun or anything,
fucking rip their head off or something.
I would kill them on the spot. I'd probably have to like grab the nearest brick and just.
Yeah, in that scenario, I can't really look though because that's kind of creepy.
Mm-hmm. I'd rather it be quick if I were to have.
Dude, how do you not have a gun in a zombie apocalypse? What are you even talking about?
I don't know.
That's ridiculous.
You'll find one. You'll find one, and if they get bit and you don't have a gun, you'll take them with you as long as you can until you can find one. Okay, that actually depends. Like if I'm in America, there's like gun stores and stuff. That definitely I'd have a gun. In the Netherlands, though, probably not.
Probably golfing on the top of cars.
Yeah, Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Let's take a different question. Okay, I want to touch on this just because of the second portion of the question. But
Okay.
would you rather be raped and not be able to tell anyone, or find out your girlfriend is actually your stepsister? Now, to me, what is the problem with like being with your stepsister? Because it's only your stepsister anyway.
I was like about to say.
Depending
That's
on where you're
really
from
easy.
here in the United States, generally in the United States, it's kind of frowned upon to be doing that.
I don't really
Actually,
care.
wait, stepsister, I'm thinking first cousin.
What?
Stepsister is kind of just like they're not
She's
related
like married
at all.
onto you, so it doesn't really.
Yeah.
I don't really think that's anything.
That's
I
just paperwork.
depending
Well,
on depending on the situation, that might just happen without me getting raped. You know?
But then again, if they were your stepsister, generally you'd know about that in situations like that, unless you know the relatives absolutely hate each other.
Okay, let's say you don't though. That's not the that doesn't have anything to do.
Even then, I don't want to get raped. I'd go for the stepsister.
Dude, I don't even
Come
care
on.
if I'm.
Pretty much.
What is the problem with the stepsister? That's something alone. Like if I.
If it was normal sister, that'd be a fucked
Okay,
up
yeah,
question.
that's crazy.
Yeah.
But falling for your stepsister just generally, I think that's even possible. I wouldn't even feel bad about that. It's a fucking step.
Yeah,
Who cares?
so I
Neither
think
would
it's
I,
an
yeah.
easy answer, but we just need to thank the guy who made the question to not say normal sister, but stepsister. So
Yes,
thank you for that.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that.
Because they make it's I don't know, just the first option that they presented in that, it just makes the second one just easy. You know, just pick that. It really is just paperwork.
It brings
It's
up
not
an interesting discussion though, because I'm pretty sure there's people who have a lot against being with your stepsister.
Well, bring it. I don't.
I don't either. but I'm
Let's
just
get them
saying,
get raped
there's probably
then.
people out there.
God. Crazy.
Anyway,
I just
You
wouldn't
choose
want to get
option
raped.
B or you're Luna.
what?
You're crazy if you choose option B there, though.
You mean
Unless you like getting raped, but I can't really imagine that.
raped is option A though?
Yeah,
That's-
exactly. That's why you're crazy if you pick. Oh yeah, wait. Yeah, you're right. Fuck.
All right, whatever. I feel like
Scrap
Eric's
that.
not going to want to ask this one, so I'm going to ask this one as well. This is interesting to me, though. Would you rather have a giant naked poster in your city center of you getting spanked by a naked fat guy, or you spanking a naked fat guy?
Hmm.
This
I think that's
This
really
is-
interesting to think about.
first off, gay. Like it.
Pause.
Oh, yeah. But
Okay.
Like, the thing is, if you're doing the spanking, like, what excuse do you have? Like, if you're getting spanked, at least you can look like you're not enjoying it.
yeah.
That's what I think.
But at the same time, it's like you got a naked fat guy behind you. That's
No.
you got a
Yeah,
naked
but still, if you're the one doing the spanking, obviously everyone's gonna think you're gay as hell. But if you're getting
If
spanked,
you get spanked, everyone will be the exact same.
no,
Come
I
on.
doubt that. You could be
Then-
like, "Hey, I was forced to do that. Don't you see my face?" You know?
Then you'll be the fat guy's bitch on top of being naked in front of the
Oh
city.
God.
I just feel like if you're doing the spanking, you're just gay because you choose to spank a naked fat guy.
You're kind of just gay in this whole scenario anyway.
No,
And
really, no. You can get spanked against your will. It's easy.
By a naked fat guy. No problem.
Sure, that happens.
Fuck off. Oh.
I really don't have an answer for this one.
Come on, how would you? Okay, whatever.
I terrorized that
Dude,
poster
getting
or
spanked is not equal
billboard
to
in the middle of
spanking.
the night. I take it down with all the power I have.
You have no power. Okay.
Well,
If-
thank you.
If I had to pick one, I would probably pick spanking because I don't want his hands on me.
The fuck are you on? How?
I can't imagine it's so easy for you to answer, Rick. And oh wow.
It's super easy. Like how? Why would you pick spanking over getting spanked? Because spanking makes you gay. Because you're doing the thing. It's like choose between getting raped or raping.
Well, you're
No,
not tied
those are
up
different.
or any.
those are
that's-
way different.
How is that? That's not different at all.
Oh come on, Rick.
No way.
Oh, wow.
Totally is.
It's really not. It's easier, and if anything, because this doesn't involve like anything crazy sexual.
Okay, well, this
Whatever.
got awkward.
That's ridiculous.
Let's just end it here, okay? Hope
Okay,
you guys enjoyed
fine.
the podcast. Thank you, Tony, for coming on.
No problem.
Don't forget to leave questions in the comments for the next episode. That is going to be in about 2 weeks, or we're going to be doing it every 2 weeks, most likely. If it doesn't work out for me, then I'll update you guys for sure. And we'll see you later. Peace.
See ya.
Infernape, you. Come on.